I hit up Trubs. Like, bruv, give me the guy with the death wish. I'll slick him and slice him in seconds and kill him in time for some breakfast. I'll flip him and kick him like I was in Tekken and leave him upside down like I was riding Inception. I'll slip in the sickle and stick it inside of his tendons, because if it comes down to the last of us, I gotta prove whose style's infectious. And that's when Trubs hit me back and said, what? He said, we have never spoken before. Do you think that's an appropriate way to type out a message? I said, yeah, well, no, I just wanted to prove to you that I really get it. He said, slip in a sickle and stick it inside of his tendons. Do you not think, based on our lack of communication, that that might be kind of aggressive? Safe to say I was blocked, Lloyd. I guess that's what I get for saying something fickle. But when a battler dropped the clash, I was brought right back on one condition. Now, Trubs promised me it was something simple, and I don't want to get too much into it, but bottom line, he took my sickle. It was a family heirloom, Lloyd. So now I'm a little pissed and sickleless. And the only thing I want to talk about more is the body bag I'm about to get. You can pick how I chalk out yours. All jokes aside, I promise you I came for all-out war. I'll go nuclear with these punches. They'll be asking me what this fallout for. I'll treat it like a presentation. Like, welcome to my TED Talk. I know y'all heard of me. I got Kaczynski in my brains and Bundy in my veins the second I step into a murder spree. I'll burn him to the 3rd degree. If he speaks at a term, it's perjury. And if he acts like Ricky Hatton, the kid gets flattened so quick that Kojay will think the world of me. Yeah, get it? Yeah. Because he thinks the world's flat. Get it? Bars! Yo, and with lines like that, you can all tell I'm coming for Tony. At the end of the year, I want 100,000 views and a couple of trophies. XLD, if I took your name, put it under a microscope and started to look at it closely, I'd see a washed up battle rapper and a fucked up emoji. Time. Nice.
Yo, first off, Briggsy. I normally like to deal with issues face to face. I don't like to send. I don't like to send blame from afar. I know you want me to rap, but I came this far.
Try again. Tell Briggsy.
Yo, Briggsy. Tell him. I normally like to deal with issues face to face. I don't like to send blame from afar. I know I'm supposed to rap, but I've came this far. It's like I tell my missus over Christmas, why the fuck didn't you put my name on the card?
He's a man that punched up Crash, you know. That was fire, let's go.
But it gets worse then. He gave me an op whose name literally means stupid person. He looks like the type of person that would hold his missus' person, clutch bag while she sucks dick. Nah, fuck that. Honestly, real talk. Real talk, this cuckbag couldn't beat me if he had the same judges Shotty and Shuffle had.
That was yesterday. That was yesterday, you know.
But honestly, but either way, I'm still coming with the shotty in the duffel bag. Because if anyone give me the L, you see them, those shells, them fly. Those shells then fly. Because it'd be war between them and I. Because when the feet hurt, I'll pull out like Gemini.
This is from yesterday. Let's go.
He's taking Frost advice. Let's go.
But with you, I'll deal with the arms by my side. Because this is on boxer size, but I'll let the punches define me. I'll hit everywhere between your hairline B and where your hairline B, till you got your hair wrapped up on some anti-vibes. You didn't stand a chance, because I kill gods like the Antichrist. So if we fight, your tomb solo read, come here and lost. Because when I throw hands, it's a death sentence like you're here in Lost. Time.
Go.
Deburke, let's go, man.
Yo, so, in a desperate attempt to find out more information about the man I was clashing, I went online to try and find something to my advantage. Lloyd hasn't tweeted since like 2013, and his profile picture has him with his abs ripped up until literally 5 minutes ago. I thought I was getting catfished. His name is XLD. His name is XLD, which stands for the Xanax Little Dicky. But apart from that, that's really all I know. I mean, it's difficult for me to even talk about, bro. I hired a private investigator. I gave him some proper dough, told him to go off and stalk his home. He came back 2 weeks later and said, you're on your own. I mean, I was flabbergasted. But despite everything you hide from me, the Lloyd in 2013 is all I need because he was a menace to society. One of your tweets said, I'd rather be rich and depressed than broke and happy. I really had to rack my brain reading both those statements thinking that they can't equate. You should have stayed online and really managed to catch that train because we'd be speaking a lot more about you and a lot less about Andrew Tate. But if good numbers and bad vibes are what you synonymize to a great time, then just wait till they drop this on YouTube and they hear it through the grapevine, because I'll be the reason that you ultimately have a great life when I give you your worst beating and your best numbers at the same time. Nice. I'm sorry for bringing up tweets that are 10 years old, but it's not like I had a wealth of stats and figures. I mean, you could stand right there with your mugshot here and I wouldn't be able to match the picture. I mean, you could be anybody at all, from the brand new Jack the Ripper, to the Boston Strangler, to D.B. Cooper, to the Zodiac Killer. I mean, you could be Banksy. Well, you're probably not Banksy, but you could be his cousin. I mean, I'm not saying you could be anybody at all because of your passion and your work rate. I'm not saying you could be anybody at all because of your rapping and your wordplay. I'm not saying you could be anybody at all because it's actually your birthday. I'm saying you could be anybody at all because you're nobody in the first place.
I went from main event, throwing hands with Crash, to throwing punches at PB's doofy. Trubs, dude is trash. I mean, you gave me the Burke, Mr. Scared to share my socials in case my feelings get hurt. I mean, I could have just stuck to writing verse, but to be direct, we need to fight him first. So fuck it. Deacon get clapped like we in church.
Amen. We shouldn't be church today. Got it.
Because Deacon get clapped like we in church. See, I ain't even trying and I feel like this test over. Me, I was like, yo, I'm ready for war. I want your best soldier. But you give me someone trying to avoid trouble, like Tech Shoulder.
That's hard. Oh, he won. I don't care. I'm joking.
Like, honestly, you need to apologize for this fixture, because this was not a good mixture. How do you put someone whose every punch is armless against someone who proved he literally punched till he's armless? Like, honestly, if he told you I weren't a killer, it's because I was kicking the habit. But that's the thing with an addict, you always got to have it. So in the next round, I'll be right back at it. Time.
Let's go.
All right. So my private investigator did get back to me with and I think it's going to get to Lloyd. I think I'm going to drop this information that's going to make y'all hate him. I think he's about to get destroyed. He told me that you're Welsh. Yeah. Get him, boys. That did not work. Yes. I guess I've really been put in my place. I've really been put in my place. For some reason, I thought that I would say that he was Welsh and everybody would kind of jump in his face, but in hindsight, it would have been strange. Turns out being Welsh is not illegal, Lloyd. But it's certainly something I ain't condoning. Welsh dude trying to fracture the Irish man, but I'm not Seamus Coleman. I'm a Galwegian. You should see the way the rain raised the ocean. I straight up coast in water. You wouldn't be able to place a boat in, because I came to be the greatest exclusively based on the fact that I said so. You should see the very different statements that'll be engraved on our headstones. Engraved on mine, it will say Deburke, Newcomer of the Year, Pen Game, Death Note. Engraved on his, it will say XLD, Welshman, Tesco. But if they do get your name right, well, you should be grateful in the first place, because we all saw that flyer that dropped in. Oh, they did you dirty in the worst way. It said Deburke versus Marty Lloyd. Marty Lloyd.
Sorry,
I'm not trying to throw no dirt, mate. Not only is that not his rap name, it's actually not his first name. Marty Lloyd. Pinnacle proof that you ain't got nothing to sell because you gave your name to Prem and they just made up somebody else. Marty Lloyd.
Let's go.
But you could be anybody at all. Isn't that what I said when I started to rhyme? You might as well be Marty Lloyd. It doesn't make a difference in the bars that I write. All my homies hate Marty Lloyd. I only came here today to make sure Marty gon' die. Yeah, I'll send Marty Lloyd back to the future and turn that motherfucker into Doc Brown. Never guess what I'll say next. I am a wild card. I will say anything. I'm in control. With that being said, joke after joke after joke. I understand I had to bunch him up. I wanted to bar out, but it's hard to do that when your opponent hasn't done enough. I'm not really comedic at all. I didn't come here reading the pages of Shuffle's book, but if you didn't want me to joke around, you shouldn't have put me in front of one. Time.
Woo! Let's go! Final round on XLD, let's go.
Now you mentioned Seamus Coleman, the football player. Cool. Oh wow, we got football bars. Well, what was man thinking? If anyone heard them bars and heard the Gerard, that means man slipping. Oh, you thought if you enter with me, you could make it on this Premier League? Well, let's see how you play off against your new enemy, D. See how you play off against your new enemy, D. See, you don't want it with me, because if you get bashful, I'll turn wrathful and if you get bashful, I'll turn wrathful and stick one to your temple like Marcus Rashford. Ooh. See, I ain't talking about that one pose, I'm talking strike you with the long nose. The sight will have you on toes. Fuck it, one punch, he comatose. See, it doesn't matter which arms I nominate, because you ain't got no guts. I will dominate. So it's clear to see you weak in the middle. Fred and McTominay. So why would I make his Liverpool with a tool when I can just hit the fool? See, I do this smarter because I'm this smarter. I can do it punch after punch, each hit's harder until he forget what happened, like Chris Kamara. Like, honestly, like Chris Kamara, like, honestly, why would I risk an index offense for someone who can't even handle shoulder barges? Honestly, I'm like Pep, my team will only deal with them older charges. So while he alone and he solely marches, that's cool, bring your team, I'll deal with them on my own, bro. Because I won't hesitate to make your muscle bleed like hematoma. So go ahead, tell them about my time in London and how they beat me. But fuck it, don't act like I won't come to Man City and set up a shooter like KDB. Tight.
Go.